Law number one, always trust your intuition. Many people feel like practicing this, and eventually that voice they have inside pointing them in the right direction becomes silent. I learned the more I trust my intuition and I see results of being right, not only brings a high level of confidence to yourself, but you'll notice your intuition will become stronger. That voice inside will become louder, always leading you where you're supposed to be in life. Chapter number one, blind leading the blind. As I sat high in the bleachers, wondering who would teach us, but all I observed were false leaders. People wanting to fit in, just to be a part of the crowd, even if they have to be someone else. It can get very draining being that actor most of the day throughout your life, don't you think? I find being yourself a lot more easier, relaxing and usually connecting with people that have goals similar to you, or just having the same outlook on life you may have at that time. It's more of a welcoming feeling than trying to fit in, you know? I think most people are scared to be themselves, scared of what others might think of them, scared how family might perceive them, scared that they may lose relationships with people they care about, which is most likely to happen when you show people who you truly are. It's always a blessing because you get to see who really supports you, who really cares about you for you, and not what you have or who you pretend to be. The people you once called friends or family may not have been as loving or caring to you as you once thought they were, once you accept the fact that you're not acting anymore. You'll start to notice all the energy you wasted on people just for things to go left. Makes you wonder, you gotta make better choices in life, better connections, because most people end up being loyal and loving the wrong person just because they built a bond or attachment from being around each other for so long. A lot of people are comfortable in their suffering, normalizing it until it becomes a regular routine for them, and they think this is just how my life is. In reality, we really make the choices on who and what we allow in our life and what we are willing to accept. I wish I had someone to teach me this when I was younger. I would have made better decisions early on, being more conscious of the time and energy I gave to people. One night I sat and thought about some of my past relationships I had, the people I've not only invested money into, but my time as well. Money you can always get back, but time, you can't. I added up the years I spent in those relationships and started to think, what if I took that same time and would have applied it to my goals? Currently, I witnessed my dreams as a child coming true in many ways and started to think how farther along I would have been today if I used that same time I wasted on those relationships and rather put it into myself. I don't regret it, only because I learned lessons money cannot buy. Those past relationships I wasted a lot of energy on, I never really got anything in return. Just being the loving person I am with a big heart. If I rock with you, I rock with you for life, and you gon' know that. I had to realize the energy was never really returned how I should have been. I was going out my way for people that would not do the same for me, genuinely at least. Goes back to choosing the wrong people and building relationships with them. We have to look at our lives as a business in a way. The time we spend with people and on things are like our investments. We are investing energy, and wherever our energy is concentrated will grow. It doesn't matter if that situation you're in is negative or positive. The universe isn't biased. If you're giving your energy to it, it will only maximize. So why not give your energy to things that are more positive, things that will benefit you in the long run, and something or someone you can actually build a life with? I notice many people today love instant gratification or temporary lust. Over time, they fail to even notice how many years passed them by and the energy they are wasting on meaningless relationships. Self-discipline plays a big factor in this all. Start focusing your attention on different things, watching different things, listening to different things that can inspire and motivate you to grow. Kobe Bryant is a great basketball player many people love. People may see all of his greatness, but they aren't there to witness the discipline he has in the gym, the focus that he puts into himself when no one is watching. I always felt that mattered the most in life. The things you're doing behind the scenes are like preparation, preparing yourself to receive everything you desire and want in life. We have to look at ourselves as if we have spiritual investors as well. Just think for a second. If you had everything in the world and you were looking to invest in someone, wouldn't you want that person to be disciplined, a person that you can trust and believe their word because they show you every time they are serious about what they love and show up? You have to be this way behind the scenes, as if someone is always watching you. You'll notice how you'll receive rewards in different ways from different people, even strangers, just by being this way. So when it comes time to perform, time to show the world who you really are, you will be ready and better than before. People will assume you make everything look easy because they don't see what you see behind the scenes. This will always put you ahead in life, especially on rainy days. You'll start to notice how it will be pouring on others, but for you, the rain wouldn't even feel like rain. It's like you prepared for it without even realizing it. And you will be safe every time this occurs if you stick to that same pattern, being self-disciplined and continuing to grow. A way will be made for you. This will always make you stand out from the crowd, not intentionally. Many eyes may start to become focused on you, depending on your role in the world. But either way, you'll be so focused on growing and loving yourself that none of it can bother you or throw you off track. You'll start to cherish the people that you come across that are rare. You will know they're rare because so are you. When you do the work behind the scenes for yourself, you will notice it in others. You will see who has done it for themselves and who haven't and who's pretending. There are always pretenders that talk a good talk, but their resume always says otherwise. To be a great leader, sometimes you may have to start off alone. Your goal is not just to have followers, but your goal is to lead them into a mental space where they don't need to follow anymore because they have the knowledge of self. Following and supporting are not the same when mentioning this. Keep that in mind. Some people will follow you to study you, then disrespect you, or even get close to you to learn how to defeat you. So having followers are not the goal. Helping yourself will lead you to helping others naturally. When you learn lessons, you begin to see there are many people who haven't. You become a time traveler in a way. People will come to you currently experiencing things you learned from years ago. It's like they will be stuck in a timeline in the past. And the fact that you can travel back in time to your experiences, which you learned from, and are able to teach them the same things you know now, is absolutely life-changing for them. For you, it may just seem natural, but for everyone else whose life has been changed will always have a respect and love for you that they cannot deny. Eventually, they can do the same for someone else, and the cycle of helping and healing will continue. Be the change you seek inside, or follow the blind leading the blind. Law number 2, never let them see you sweat. Work so hard behind the scenes so when it's time to perform, you make it look easy. Plus, many hidden enemies are always preying on your downfall. Chapter number 2, fix your crown. Most times when it seems like something bad is happening to you, it's truly clearing up space for something good to happen to you. Out with the old, in with the new. Ups and downs, this is actually a universal law called law of polarity. Being aware of this, you will notice the power you gain within yourself. Just knowing there will be days when you feel down and days when you feel high, you can control those emotions and transmute that energy. You ever felt like you had everything you wanted then lost it, and get it all back just to lose it again? I know I have, but I gained a piece of some valuable information I didn't have before due to the experience. So is it really a loss? I started to notice I learned things money couldn't buy. You may learn some things from others, but actually having the experience yourself and overcoming it is something completely different, a different feeling. I became a big inspiration for others, but that's because I'm a big inspiration for myself. If you look at the word inspiration, the first 2 letters are basically saying in, because inspiration comes from within. So me inspiring others is only reminding them of who they are deep within themselves. They see me, they see a mirror of their soul. Some people get inspired enough to do the work for themselves and create their own reality, while others may just watch and feel as if they can live their life through me in a way. One thing I learned most times, getting a little too comfortable too early can be a bad thing for you. I once read a scripture in the Bible when I was much younger that basically said the Messiah they called Jesus cursed the tree because it wasn't producing any fruit. Matthew 21:18. My way of looking at that situation was, if you're not creating as well as growing in life, you will notice how things will start to fall short for you. When those seeds are being planted as time goes by, you're just weakening yourself, your spirit, and cursing yourself. If you're not growing, you're dying. That scripture alone taught me to never be bored. There's always something I can do or create that will not only benefit me in the future, but others as well. And now I find myself trying to make sure I keep a balance and not overwork. The quality of your work is also important, so it should be a ritual doing self-care activities as much as possible while setting healthy boundaries with others. Self-reflecting can bring a lot of clarity when you keep an open mind and take self-accountability. As I self-reflect on the decisions I made, I realize every time I thought I may have lost something or someone, it was replaced with something even better. Now knowing if I held on a little too long without trusting my intuition, I wouldn't even have what I have today. When you pay close attention to your own life and the events that take place, it will help you navigate through life in a way where people will view you as if you know all the answers. There are moments I may lose something or opportunity, and it wouldn't even bother me like it did before. I have a knowing that something else greater is about to happen, and what I experienced previously was just a test to get me to the next level in life. Everyone won't get it until they actually do the work for themselves. If there are moments I feel alone, I give myself self-talks. I've always been my biggest supporter. I read an experiment blog that was done by scientists. They mentioned having two flowers. One flower they spoke love and affirmations into daily, and the other flower they spoke hateful affirmations daily. The flower that received love and affirmations continued to grow, while the flower that received hateful affirmations started to die. We are the universe, and the universe is us. We are no different. So speaking love and affirmations to yourself daily is another form of self-healing, while pouring into yourself before waiting on someone else to do it. Having this kind of love and respect for yourself will help keep you on a high vibration, not letting any fork in the road steer you away from your path. I always remind people close to me that I motivate, that I won't always be there. I won't always be able to answer their call or to help when needed. I'm a busy person myself, and I have things I need to tend to, outside of people feeling as if they're the only person that needs me. I try to let these people know the importance of doing the work yourself and to not become so codependent on others. It can be very unhealthy and will lead you back to the state of not knowing your own power you already have. This is why isolation is important and needed when the time comes. Sometimes when you lose everything you thought you loved, you end up finding yourself. When you find yourself, you discover a love that no one else can match. So fix your crown, king. Fix your crown, queen. Sometimes what can appear to be a negative thing isn't so. It's just pushing you into something greater or removing you from what no longer serves you. Can't nothing stop you but you. Law number 7. Always know who you are. Doing the shadow work, self-reflecting, and healing yourself so no one else can tell you who to be. Chapter 7. Sun gon' shine for me. I once heard worrying is the devil's prayer. If that's the case, we may have all been guilty of praying to the devil then, right? If that is true, some maybe more than others. Some do it every day, every second. So when you tend to worry, try to keep that in mind. Who are you praying to? You know, it's always best to control what you can control, and everything else, just let it go. Save yourself the headache. Know that a way will be made for you. When you sit and worry without having a solution, or it may not even be a solution currently brought to your attention, this can lead to overthinking, but worrying would only make things worse. When it comes to this point, you have to practice controlling your thoughts while mastering your emotions, and watch the thoughts you are entertaining. You must be aware that every thought coming to you isn't yours. Many thoughts of worry are distractions, a sense of failure, or a feeling of not being enough. Maybe you feel you are not where you're supposed to be in life. Truthfully, it's all lies. You have to keep yourself on a high frequency through the ups and downs. Speak life into yourself if you have to, which they say most geniuses do. There may not be anyone in your life currently that can uplift you or motivate you in a positive way. Perseverance and resilience plays a huge role in this. So you have to be that for yourself during times of suffering or worrying, which can be one and the same. The human spirit has the ability to endure hardships and suffering in order to win. Seasons change, people change, and what's temporary will never stay the same. You want to always keep that in mind, and more importantly, believe it. Believe that anything that seems like a negative circumstance is only temporary. As things have gotten better for you once before in life, it will once again. Now, don't be one of those people who hope things get better while you sit and not do anything behind the scenes. You want to make sure you're staying disciplined, doing self-care activities, protecting your energy in every way, while focusing on the things that you love in life, while believing in change. Do not sit here and tolerate toxic behaviors and entertain them. Protect yourself. Protect your energy, preparing yourself for the sun to shine right back on you. Law number 4, move in silence. Somebody is always watching. Chapter number 4, evil eye. People are always watching even when you think they're not. I think most people feel as if when they accomplish something or just working hard on something, they want to announce it to the world or run and tell everyone they know, assuming they would be happy for them. In reality, this is false. Even with the smiles on your face, a lot of times they are wishing evil on you as soon as you turn your back. Our words are powerful and they carry energy. The more people you get to say something, the more powerful it becomes. Words are like chants. If you have family or friends who speak bad about you behind your back, it's considered witchcraft. I'm more into richcraft, having a rich spirit, and not partaking into gossip about others in a foolish way. Work in silence until it's finished and you are ready to put out your creations. Don't post your whole lifestyle on the media for your secret enemies to plot on you behind your back. Not letting people know your every move is a major key. Move in silence naturally. You'll notice being mysterious will have them even more engaged, but they won't have much to say. You starve the negative parasites in others by leaving them clueless. You'll be surprised of how many people you aren't aware of that wakes up and watches you for motivation while speaking ill on your name. They hate what they love about you. They hate the lack of love they have for themselves that they see in you. In my past, I built close relationships with people I thought were in my corner, but when it comes to find out, they were in my corner, but just to keep tabs on me, stalking me, and wanted to learn as much as possible about me to manipulate me for their own selfish desires. What appeared to seem like support was really a plot. Even the help they might offer you seemed like help in a time of need, but it's truly to hold you back. All help isn't really help. People will paint a false image of help just to bring you in closer to manipulate you. This can have you wanting to do everything alone, as if you need no help. You don't want to get stuck in that mindset though. Everything and everybody is helping each other. When we see a computer, we don't see all the pieces functioning inside the computer to make it work properly. Without all those pieces, we don't have a computer. We just have an empty box that may look attractive, but useless. So when you learn these lessons, let this be a learning experience to push you to making better decisions for you. As soon as I started to remove these kind of people that were in my life and started to focus more on myself, I noticed changes in my reality happening. I started to see how everyone around me shaped the way I thought and were holding me back in ways I couldn't even see in those moments because I thought it was help. True help is when a person can either put you in a position to do better or it can be that example for you which can motivate you. I had neither dealing with those kind of people, or energies I should say, because when you remove the names from those people and you start to walk your journey, you will notice others who hold that same exact energy as if you're meeting clones, but you will have an inner knowing telling you to avoid those people. Your body will even let off signals warning you, and it'll be up to you to pay attention to what it's telling you. Now, if you learned the previous lessons, you will be able to see clearly this isn't a route you should take. Law number 3, energy doesn't lie, but people do. Chapter number 3, change. Change. Everything changes. One minute is summertime, the next thing you know is wintertime. The universe is always changing, but are you? Or are you stuck in the same cycle? Going with the flow of the universe is key. Going with the flow of mankind can lead you to drifting off, not realizing how many years have passed and you still haven't accomplished anything in life for yourself. Unknowingly, you tend to help everyone else achieve their dreams while you drift off. Sometimes change can feel like you're alone. While you are growing and changing, everyone around you may stay the same, even family, everything you were used to and love. Now they are looking at you like a stranger. When most people go through these emotions, they let the darkness of others hold them back from change, remaining the same to exist in a reality with people who are only holding them back in life. Investing time into the wrong people can only lead to attachments. You may be aware of the harm they cause you, but you're so comfortable in what you're used to that you will not grow out that environment or mental space you are in. Now with family, It's a bit different because you were born into that bloodline. This is what can make things a bit harder. But if you start to replace labels with reality, it would make more sense. Stop believing everyone's word and pay attention to their actions, the energy they carry. Energy doesn't lie. So if a stranger has the same negative energy towards you that a family member might have, you should view that situation the same and not participate in any favoritism when it comes to energy. All these energies can sense when you're growing and on a high frequency. So it's like it becomes a job from them in a way to steer you away from your higher self. Know that you will be tested. If you're putting out intentions that you want a better life, life will test you with all the things you don't want just to see how you react and if you fall for the trap. When people usually reach a breaking point and at their lowest level in life wanting more, they can become very self-destructive or very self-disciplined. Being disciplined will help with sexual temptations, getting angry, and transmuting negative energies that are sent your way. As time passes, you will see change, which will strengthen your intuition and confidence because you know you had pure intentions, trusting an unknown force, and that force made a positive change for you. This will make you want to trust yourself more and more because you see the results that happen when you do. It starts to feel like nobody can tell you what you can't do but you. Eventually, you'll start to attract more people on the same frequency. But don't get me wrong, being on a high vibration will still attract other negative energies because they are attracted to your light, the positive energy you hold within. The lessons you learn will help you see who's who by reading people's energy naturally. Trusting yourself will strengthen your discernment. You will now be much more conscious of your decision making and start to see more of how you really do create your own reality. Changing the way we think will only lead to changing the way we live. In this process, as you're changing and growing, you will inspire others to do the same. Some may not be proud of you, while others will see how far you came from nothing to having everything you ever wanted. They will want to follow your footsteps naturally. Over time, just by being who you are authentically will cause a shift in not only your world, but others as well. Showing them it is more to life once we change for the better. We don't have to stay the same. And if I was able to do it, I know you can too. Law number 6.